Today I'm going to be bringing you a series of arm moves. These are really great moves for a beginner hooper, or also if you're looking to the hoop for fitness purposes, this is a really great arm workout. So here we go. We're going to start standing inside the hoop, and we're simply going to inhale and raise the hoop above our heads, and as we exhale, lower the hoop. This is going to help us to get centered. And then this is also beginning our arm workout. Now I'm going to be going through these moves pretty quickly. I'm probably only going to do each arm motion or arm movement a couple times, then I'm going to move on. If you're doing this at your home, you're watching the tutorial and you're trying to do the arm workout, you probably want to spend a little bit more time on each of these moves. So moving on, the next thing we're going to do are vertical hoop raises. So same concept as before, but now the hoop's in the vertical position versus the horizontal position. So we're simply going to start like this. Our hands are on the inside of the hoop is behind our back, and again as we inhale, we're going to raise the hoop up, and as we exhale, bring it down to this starting position. Alright, next thing we're going to do is stay in this position that we landed in and that we started in for that last movement. And now we're going to do some side bends. So simply using the hoop to guide us as we bend to each side. And remembering to breathe. Alright, next thing we're going to do is pull the hoop in front of us, like so. And we're going to pretend that the hoop is a big steering wheel. So as you know, with a steering wheel, you can turn it side to side like this, but it stays on this plane. So it's not moving up or down or side to side, it's simply rotating. So these half isolations, you want your hands at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and rotating them back and forth. All right, gonna go ahead and move on. The next thing that we're gonna do are called half circles. So we landed in this position, ended in this position. Now we're going to simply make half circles. So one elbow's bent, the other arm's straight, swinging our arms down like the hands of a clock and bringing it back up to the other side. So as we're doing this, we're making a half circle motion, hence the name. And because we're making a half circle motion, swinging it back and forth, we're already working our arms in both directions. So let's come to a stop there, and now we're going to make full circles. So doing exactly like what we were doing with the half circles, but now we're going to make a full circle rotation. So as you can see, my one arm is bent, other straight. As we come up, both arms are straight. As we bring them back down, now my opposite elbow is bent and my other arm's straight. And at the bottom, our arms are straight. So simply swinging our arms in a circular motion. And we can reverse directions and go the opposite way. That's especially important for making sure that you're equally working out both arms. All right, and let's come back to center. So the hoop's in front of us, gripping it from the outside of the hoop. And now we're going to go into hinges, which look like this. So pretending the hoop is a door on hinges, that's the illusion that we want to give. So if we're standing here, I'm going to start by firmly gripping it with my right hand, letting go with the left, and swinging it by turning my wrist to get the hoop to go behind us, and then grabbing it with the other hand and doing the same, swinging it back behind and then back in front. And the more you practice this move, you'll find that if you're keeping the hoop perfectly on the plane, it will come right to your hand. And you almost don't even have to think about where the hoop's going to land. You can also practice your hinges going the opposite direction. And then whenever we land, we want the hoop behind us now. And that's going to lead us into our next movement. So from here, we're going to do what I call slides or lines, because that's the appearance that it gives. So you want to start by holding the hoop or gripping it from the inside, like so. Now you're going to pull it back as if it were a bow and arrow. You want one arm straight, the other bent and outside the hoop. So not inside, but outside. That's going to give us our fullest stretch. And what you want to do is simply pull the hoop in a straight line or slide it across your back. So simply going side to side by extending one arm and bending the other at the elbow. You can go slow, you can go fast. It's up to you. You can make your workout or your arm movement routine unique to you. Now let's go ahead and pull the hoop in front of us. And we're going to do the same thing, but in front of our body at chest level. So starting like this, gripping it from the outside, gripping it from the inside with this hand, and then pulling it across our chest, making that straight line, or making it appear like the hoop is sliding. All right, moving on to our next movement. These are called Z-spins. So these are one-handed, and what you want to do is grab the hoop from the top like this, starting so that it's pretty much touching the floor. It's okay if it is touching the floor. And you want to swing your arms straight up like so. So your palm is facing behind you as you swing your arm up. What I want you to do is give the hoop a quarter, it's actually, I guess, more of a half turn. So now your palm's facing in toward you, and again, swinging the hoop straight down. So you're making a circular motion. But whenever the hoop comes to the top, turning your wrist, now your palm's facing in, swinging it down. Now let's do the two-handed Z-spins. So now the hoop is a little bit up, the bottom's probably towards your knees, top's probably about chest level. Gripping it from the outside of the hoop, like this. And again, pulling the hoop straight up like this, as if you're a game show lady, introducing, here's the prize. So you want to pull the hoop straight up and giving it a one turn, a 2 turn, and then swinging it back down. So 1 turn, 2 turn, bringing it back down. So kind of flipping the hoop towards your left side, and then the other side of the hoop back to the left side and swinging it down. 1, 2. 1, 2. Finally, the last move that we're going to do is a wrist move. So what you're going to do is basically just make the hoop, what I say, flutter. I say make the hoop flutter, but you're just wiggling your wrists back and forth and making the hoop do this motion. So again, this is working your wrists. You could also do it out in front of you if you want, but you don't have as much leeway for the hoop to move because you are bending out over in front of you. So I do like to stand in the middle of the hoop. It allows your wrists to move more, and we're just fluttering the hoop. All right, so that is my arm routine or my arm workout. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a comment or a message. Thanks.